All right, today we're going to break down the Medallion Architecture. It's a really powerful framework that's totally changing how companies take all that messy, chaotic data and turn it into a genuine strategic asset. Let's get right into it.
You know, it all starts with this one universal question, a problem that pretty much every single data team on the planet has to deal with. You've got data just pouring in from everywhere, from apps, from logs, from all kinds of databases, and it is chaotic. So how do you make any sense of it? And maybe even more importantly, how do you ever learn to actually trust it?
Well, for a growing number of organizations, the answer is this incredibly powerful design pattern. It's just a really elegant way to bring some order to all that chaos, and it's called the Medallion Architecture.
Now, this term was actually coined and made popular by Databricks, but it's become so much more than just a technical diagram. Think of it as a shared language. When one person says data is in, say, the silver layer, everyone on the team, from the engineers to the analyst, they instantly get what its quality is and what it's for. It's a simple idea, but it has these huge implications for how teams work together.
Okay, so let's break down the classic three-tiered approach that really is the foundation of this whole model. The best way to think about it is like a journey, taking a raw material and turning it into a beautiful, finished product.
So everything kicks off in the bronze layer. This is like the raw ore, captured exactly as it showed up from the source systems, warts and all. It's that first landing zone, and its number one job is to be an unchangeable historical archive. And this is absolutely crucial. Think of bronze as your ultimate safety net, because that data is kept in its raw, unchangeable state, kind of like a locked treasure chest. You can always go back to it if you need to fix a pipeline or just reprocess everything from scratch. It's your guarantee that no data is ever lost, even if it's way too messy for any direct analysis.
All right, next up we move to the silver layer. This is the refinery. This is where that raw ore from the bronze layer gets cleaned up, standardized, and molded into something consistent and reliable. We're starting to shape it into things that actually look like business concepts.
Now, this is a huge deal because this is the first point where your data becomes genuinely trustworthy. We're filtering out the errors, we're getting rid of duplicate records, and we're joining different tables together. It's like connecting puzzle pieces to create one unified picture. This layer is the stable foundation. It's clean enough for a lot of operational needs, and it's ready for that final polish.
And that brings us to the grand finale, the gold layer. If silver was all about refining those ingots, gold is about stamping them into valuable, polished coins, where each one represents a key business metric or idea. This is your single source of truth. See, the data here is all about the big picture. It's aggregated for high-level decision-making. So instead of looking at individual transactions, you're looking at quarterly sales trends. Instead of login events, you have a calculated customer lifetime value. This layer is all about consistency and trust, making it the go-to source for those dashboards that executives are always looking at.
But as powerful as that classic bronze, silver, and gold model is, it started to show some strain under a new kind of pressure. The world is just moving faster, and this tension started to emerge between two very different types of analytics.
And here it is, the core of the problem. Business analytics looks backward to help with strategy. It values consistency way more than speed. But operational analytics, that needs to act right now. It prioritizes freshness above all else. I mean, you just can't answer a real-time question like, hey, is this transaction fraudulent with data that's already a day old?
And that need for speed, that's exactly why the classic model had to evolve. The answer wasn't to try and force the gold layer to be faster, but to introduce a new, really powerful extension that was built from the ground up for action.
So, say hello to the platinum layer. And listen, this isn't just gold but better, or some shinier dashboard. No way. Platinum is a completely different animal. It's all about turning data from a passive record of what happened in the past into an active accelerator for the business right this second.
Just look at what makes this layer tick. It's built for low latency, real-time consumption. Its whole purpose is to feed machine learning models and power APIs. This is where data stops being something a human looks at on a dashboard and starts driving automated action, like personalizing a website for you the very moment you land on the page.
Okay, so let's put it all together and take a look at the complete 4-layer blueprint, which really serves every need from long-term archival all the way to real-time action.
This table just lays it all out perfectly. You can see that clear progression of purpose and who uses it. We go from raw data that's just used for debugging in bronze, to standardized tables for operational teams in silver, to that curated truth for executives in gold, and finally, to these actionable data products for applications in platinum. Each layer has a very distinct job to do.
But here's the thing. A great blueprint is totally useless if you don't actually follow it. The single most important rule here is to respect the boundaries of each layer and to avoid these really common mistakes.
Okay, pitfall number 1, and believe me, this one is so tempting: skipping the process. Building a dashboard straight from that raw bronze data is, well, it's a recipe for disaster. As soon as the source system changes something, your reports break, the numbers don't match up, and people start to lose trust in the entire data platform.
All right, next up, another classic mistake is overloading that Silver layer. When different teams start putting their own KPI logic in Silver, you get what's called semantic sprawl. All of a sudden, sales, marketing, and finance all have a slightly different definition of what an active customer is. And poof, your single source of truth is gone. That logic has to live in gold.
I mean, this is the classic square peg in a round hole problem, right? The gold layer is built for consistency, not for speed. If you try to force it to handle real-time jobs, you just end up with these fragile, super expensive pipelines that are pretty much guaranteed to break. Real-time stuff belongs in the layer that was built for it, Platinum. And last but not least, please don't misunderstand what Platinum is for. If you're just using it to build more dashboards, you're missing the entire point. Its real power comes from embedding intelligence directly into your products and automating actions, not just creating another report for someone to look at.
You know, if you walk away with just one thing, let it be this: bronze captures, silver cleans, gold defines, and platinum accelerates. It's truly the simplest way to get the purpose of each layer in that journey from raw data all the way to intelligent action. And that really is the final question this whole architecture makes you ask, isn't it? By evolving from that simple 3-tiered model to this complete 4-layer blueprint, you're not just organizing your data anymore. You're building a system that can actively drive your business forward. You're building a real blueprint for intelligence.